came on a little while ago and said everybody's off the Cowboys bandwagon, blah, blah, blah. That may be true. They're still a very good football team. They're very good on defense. Dan Quinn, they get turnovers. They take the ball away, force turns. They do all the things right on that side of the ball. I have a lot of trust in Dak Prescott. I think the way he is going to elevate his game, this is his moment. You talked about Patrick Mahomes having a career-defining. This is Dak's moment. You got the right tackle gone. You got the left tackle injured. You got my number one receiver. He's playing somewhere else. What do? I bring everybody in, and we go execute and handle our business. I believe that Dak Prescott's going to do that, and I think they end up getting the NFC East.
Marcus, it's an interesting one because we're going to find out. We know that the quarterback position is disproportionately important in the sport, but the one advantage they have overwhelmingly over every team in that division is at quarterback. Dak is an established upper-level, top-tier quarterback in the NFL. None of the other teams in that division can say that. The rest of the way, the Cowboys have a lot of questions. We're going to find out a lot about the value of a quarterback, and I guess that one in particular, Swagoo, as this season goes along.
Jeff Saturday, you about to make me cry, man. Because I got to go with Philly, bro. Oh, my God, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Oh, no.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I got to go with Philly because of just right now, Jeff, right, before any game start. And let me put this disclaimer out there. Y'all know damn well I'm rooting for the Cowboys. So let's get that out in the open. But right now, the way these rosters are constructed, bro, I think they can play around Jalen Hurts. And that's the only thing, because we keep talking about Dak and his ability, and we all believe in that. But if you look at the way this roster is constructed with bringing in A.J. Brown, with Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders in the backfield, which we don't talk about, an offensive line that's pretty dominant, you don't have to have. This is like Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco. Let me just give that example. Jalen Hurts will be fine. I think he'll play well. I think he'll play better than we've seen. But when you look at this roster surrounding him, he is not going to be asked to do over and beyond what a lot of these quarterbacks have to do in carrying their team. And that's why right now I give Philly the edge. Oh, that hurt.
Mike T, you've been on the Cowboys bandwagon all the way through. Are you wavering?
Not a bit. And Jeff, come on board. And when we don't see Swagoo on the sidelines before that home playoff game, we'll know why.
Yes, sir.
And we focus so much seriously on what Dallas doesn't have. We forgot what they do have. They have a great young receiver in CeeDee Lamb. They got a dynamic playmaker in Tony Pollard. They got a really good tight end in Dalton Schultz. They do have an overpaid running back in Zeke Elliott. But they also, let's give them credit, they drafted Tyler Smith in the first round. Yeah. It's not ideal losing Tyron Smith. It's not ideal to sign Jason Peters, but they are the best team in this division, and they have the best quarterback, and I still think they're going to – I don't think they go to the Super Bowl, but they win the division and host a playoff game.
Marcus, they may have the best player. Right. They may have the best player in the division, and he may play defense. Maybe Micah Parsons is actually the best player in the division and one of the five best players in the sport.
OG is no question. That's why I got the Dallas Cowboys still being in the wild card playoff spot. Now I ain't got them being dead in the water over the season. But when I look at this division, right? And Jeff can speak to this. Tannenbaum, Darlington, y'all been covering this long enough, bro. The division hard. You can have the best team in the division and still lose the division, right? So it's not like being out of the realm of possibility. But when I don't know what your offensive line is going to do. When I know that you're starting a rookie at left tackle, and it may work out. We've seen Tristan Wirth jump in. We've seen Darisaw jump in. We've seen guys jump in and play well at that spot. There's a lot of change, though. Remember, guys, Lyle Collins is gone to the Cincinnati Bengals now. Zach Martin is the stalwart in there. Connor Williams left and departed to the Miami Dolphins, even though I didn't think he was great, the greatest thing since sliced bread. If that group, that unit, had a little bit more cohesiveness and I knew more about how well they would play together, then I would be on Dallas winning this division. But when all of those things transpired and I saw Tyron go out, even though he hadn't played entire seasons for the last couple of years, I still had him the second most important player for the Dallas Cowboys. So right now, I just have too many questions about this offensive line to say that they're going to win the division. If you want to hang your hat on anything, which I will, as far as them being a good football team, I think this defense will be good enough to carry them in some situations early in the season until they figure that out. But right now, I got to go with Philly, man. That roster just too good.
Let me give Darlington a quick final word. Go.
All I want to say is everything that needed to be said was said at the very beginning of the segment. Swagoo has the deepest voice I've ever heard in my life. If he's around my wife, I hide my wife, right? He sounded like Marvin Gaye at the start of this segment when he said, I can't believe it.
Yesterday, listen to what he thinks is about to happen.
I'd bet on them to win the Super Bowl. That's what the feeling I get. Because when you piss Tommy off, you're pissing the wrong guy off. He plays with a chip on his shoulder. He's played it that way since he was at Michigan. Every negative thing that anyone could say, he uses it as fodder. So I think that Tampa, you should expect a lot of good things coming out of Tampa.
You know, they gave me that on my radio show yesterday. When I heard it, a thought just popped into my head, Marcus Spears, and that is, I've been looking at this all wrong. I've spent the last month wondering, is Tom Brady really committed to this? Should he have stayed retired? Is whatever it is that's going on in his personal life, which I'll continue to say, it's his business, not ours. But whatever it is that going to get in the way? Are there too many challenges in the offensive line? And all of a sudden, I heard Charlie say that. I thought, wait a minute, I've got this backwards. Tom's about to kill everybody, isn't he? We just talked about a scorched earth tour. Is Brady about to go on one, Swagoo?
Yeah, because CG, with you with your fine wines and your little boat trips over to your golf place where you do the country club at, you always get high and emotional about these things, and you forget that Tom Brady been doing the damn thing like this. Okay, this ain't nothing new. Charlie Weiss ain't told us nothing we don't already know. The man got suspended and won a damn Super Bowl. They talked about Deflategate. He went back and won a Super Bowl. He left New England. Okay, he left, just walked up out of there, went to Tampa and won a Super Bowl. Gee, last year, he was a game away from going to the Super Bowl, threw for 5,000 yards. So Charlie Weiss, thank you for the information so you could bring G back down to the truth and he can see the light. Tom Brady this year is going to do what Tom Brady has been doing the last 15 damn years. He probably going to go to the safest bet. I said it last year. The safest bet in the NFL, if you really want to ever bet anything and think that it's going to happen, then the likelihood is the bet that Tom Brady is going to end up in the Super Bowl. So I'm glad, G, that it took Charlie Weiss while all of us been sitting up here. You could have texted me, Jeff Saturday or Darlington or Mike T, and asked us the same damn thing. Do you got it wrong? Yes. But all that fine wine and golfing.
I guess so. I should have just been paying attention to the Hulk, right, Jeff Saturday? You won't like me when I'm angry. Tom Brady, is he angry, and is he going to take it out on everybody?
Absolutely angry. Listen, you heard him when he came back, and he takes the offensive line, all the bad things that people have been saying about him, and shows it to them at their lockers. Hey, man, this is what they're saying about you. Why? Because that's what motivates him. Charlie Weiss, Captain Obvious, right? This guy has played pissed off since he came out of Michigan because nobody wanted him, and he's shown everybody they should have wanted him. It's not going to change for him. Listen, he is the driver of Tampa Bay. He understands what his role is. When he walks in that locker room, there are blinders on. Whatever's going on outside his world, he understands how to get laser focused and bring everybody else around him into the fold. That's what he's going to do. That's his job. Listen, I heard Ryan Jensen just say it. They talked about the offensive line, all the adjustments. Jensen said, listen, when he re-identifies a mic because he sees a blitz coming, there are times when Tom Brady goes, hey, don't worry about it. He won't get here in time. I'll have the ball gone in 1.2 seconds. It shows you he has such command of the game. He's not sweating all the things we're up here, and especially you have been sweating.
And Greedy, Jeff's talking about tangibles. I think what's even more important is the intangibles. And what I mean by that, they have two inexperienced offensive linemen at left guard and center, Robert Hainsey and Luke Hideki. And on Sunday night, the eyes of the football world will look at their left guard and center and say, wow, can they hold up against a really good Dallas defense? Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and the confidence that Tom Brady will give them is the part that's impossible to measure.
Jeff Darlington, so you're pretty connected to the situation. You know Brady pretty well. Now, in my defense, I know I'm drinking wine and playing golf, but I'm also listening to Tom Brady getting up there saying, man, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life. And I mean, he didn't look or sound like the Hulk, right, a couple of weeks ago. So obviously something has changed if everyone is this level of confident, Jeff.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's nearly as simple as saying, like, if he wants to be pissed off and win, he will. He does have a lot of stuff going on. And it is very fair. I don't know what the knock is on your elaborate lifestyle, Greeny. I think it's a wonderful lifestyle. But I think it is very fair to still sort of wonder what exactly we're going to get out of Tom Brady. That being said, when it comes to the 11-day absence, I've talked to people in the building, I've talked to people around the situation, and they do look at it a little differently than maybe the rest of the public who says, wow, he had to take 11 days off. Is he going to be dialed in for the season? They look at it and say, if he had not taken those 11 days off, this could have been a disaster, that he needed that time away. And again, you don't have to get into the personal side of it, but we can say that he needed that time off, that he came back more dialed in. That's what the organization has seen. And as a result, it does feel like he'll be better off because of it.
Go ahead, Sway.